So in case you don't know, this dude, his name is Chaotic. I actually like this guy quite a bit, okay? I think he's funny. I think he makes great videos, and I've hung out with this dude off stream, and we played some games. He's an overall great dude. I have never seen more people give a nice dude this much shit. Is it deserved? I don't know. But I heard he's one of the few people who's actually been blacklisted by Kuro Games, and I am very curious why that is.
Like take 57 or some shit. Like I'm gonna provide some disclaimers.
Okay.
And the whole reason why I'm even doing this is not to make the company look bad or do anything against Kuro Games. The entire purpose of this video is to talk about this and leave it in the past.
Yeah, speak your shit. I'll be real, man. I mean, I've been blacklisted by so many companies, and I understand the nervousness of talking about it. I mean, especially when you're a newer content creator. Like, for me, I just don't give a anymore. I do not care. Yeah, I'm blacklisted by almost every single company I work with, right? Let me phrase that. I'm blacklisted by almost every single Chinese company I work with. Other than that, I mean, things are pretty good, right? But I get it. You know, people don't like people being critical of the game. I totally understand that.
This is not an attempt to make you guys feel bad for me or feel like you should come and watch my videos and support my channel. Like, this is none of that. I just want to refer to this whenever someone asks why I was blacklisted, why I get so much hate. I continuously see this on Twitter and in Discord servers, and I just want to have some actual reference where someone can just come and watch the video and just...
I mean, I'll be real chaotic, and I mean this genuinely. If you're getting hate in this community, it's generally because you're doing something right or something necessary. I really wouldn't worry about it. I mean, these communities are not like other communities. They're oversensitive. They're so far up their own ass, they can taste what they had for fucking breakfast. To be honest, I think you just keep doing what you've been doing. We're just making good fucking videos and not worrying about it, because, like, I understand not everybody deals with hate the same way I do. Like, when I see this shit, I laugh. I think that shit's funny as fuck. When I get a hate thread, I don't apologize. I double down, right? I totally get it. But, like, you got to understand that, like, these people who don't like you aren't your viewers anyways, so who cares? Sure, if you go live on stream, if you get YouTube comments from people who are legitimately watching your channel, sure, that's a cause for concern, but no. You see this every day on Twitter. You see it every day. Oh, Tectone, evil man. Okay? You know what my chat says when I go live? They say, Pog. Why the fuck would I worry about what some motherfuckers are saying if they don't even watch my ass? I don't give a fuck what Twitter says. What are they gonna do? Make a hate thread? Oh no. Like, what the fuck? Do you know how many false accusations go on every day on Twitter that people believe? Like, they've lost all credibility, and the only people who believe this shit are fucking idiotic, so who cares?
Have a clear explanation coming directly from me as to what happened.
Sure.
This is also not an attempt to get off of the blacklist.
Sure.
That ship has sailed. I made mistakes. They have consequences, and being on the blacklist for Kuro is one of those consequences.
Okay, now I'm going to keep it a buck again. All right? I will be real. Having to work with a company is usually a downside. People act like being blacklisted is this huge ordeal. Bro, I'll be real. I think the people who are whitelisted are at a severe disadvantage because they're walking on eggshells. They're not making content the exact way that they want. They're playing things very safe, and it usually feels much more corporate. So who cares? Like, if I were him, if I was a content creator, and I am, I would just say, fuck it, do whatever the fuck I want to do, because they're not really providing, no company really provides more benefit than having complete creative freedom on your content. That's just my opinion.
I made very clear decisions that have had repercussions.
Sure.
And once again, I thank Kuro Game. I'm not trying to glaze them, but I thank Kuro Games for the previous opportunities that they provided.
Okay.
I want to go into Wuthering Waves on a very positive note. While I am very vocal now about how I feel about things, and I don't really care about the way people perceive me and stuff, like, none of that matters to me anymore.
Right.
I do want this to be here simply for the goal of clearing any air. Now, this whole idea is not mine. This is comes from a comment. I know who this person is. This is an ex-Kuro rep that just wants to see me do well. This person has always been in my corner since I started playing PGR. And while some of you may not believe they are a Kuro rep, I've seen enough proof to believe the person, and everything that I've talked to them about and seen from them is more than enough for me. Okay. The proof doesn't matter to you guys. All it matters to me. But the point in me showing you this is to show that this is not my idea. I simply thought about it and saw a benefit in just simply placing this on the channel. Now I'm going to dive deeper than what the person asked me to do, which was just to talk about why I was blacklisted. I'm going to provide the whole scenario from punishing Gray Raven all the way to where we are now.
Okay.
All I ask of you guys is to watch the video and hear the entire perspective.
Sure.
Because you guys only see a person who just didn't have thick skin and didn't want to listen to the community, when there's a lot more to some of the decisions that I made. And whether you believe or see my side of the story and want to take it at face value or not, it does not matter. I'm providing my perspective, whether you believe it, like it, or not.
I feel like people who don't have thick skin take gut reactions to certain scenarios and paint themselves in the worst light they possibly can. Like, for example, Enviosity. Enviosity doing the I should be the only motherfucker being praised is the result of having a high ego and very, very, very thin skin. It's really not a good look. So I can totally understand saying the worst possible shit that you don't mean just because your ego's that fragile. But understanding that shows me that this guy's clearly grown as a person since whatever disaster befell his channel.
So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. During my Punishing Gray Raven days, I had full intention of becoming a Punishing Gray Raven content creator. I genuinely enjoyed the game. I never seek to be one of the best or one of the guide makers for the game. I had various opportunities with Kuro Games where I was sponsored for videos, and I just saw this as a big break of sorts for my channel. This is the game where my channel started doing well. While I do have a history with Genshin Impact, and those views did very, very well for my channel, I really wanted to play this. This was the action I was looking for, and I genuinely fell in love with the game. There's a common theme with something that is said in regards to why people don't like watching my channel, and that is that I don't want to listen to people trying to help me. I got angry when they were trying to tell me how to play the game, which is half true. I'll get to that in a moment. And
sure,
I'm not taking accountability for how I treated the community.
I mean, first of all, the community can go fuck themselves. I'll keep that shit straight. Yeah, I'll keep that shit straight. You can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. You really think one content creator can negatively affect the community that much? Just chill the fuck out. These people want to weaponize the community's feelings so much. People say, "Oh, you're rage baiting the community." Just shut the fuck up, bro. Just shut the fuck up. These people take this shit way too fucking seriously. They're looking for any excuse to fucking dunk on you. That's not even a thing that you can fucking do. Can one guy really negatively affect fucking tens of thousands of people? Are we really gonna feel bad for the one guy versus 10,000? Just shut the fuck up. I can already foresee the elitism in Punishing Gray Raven and Wuthering Waves, where they're gonna, you'll go up to a new fight and then they'll say oh, well, this content creator beat it in one try. And then it's like, okay, bro, are you forgetting the fact that they practice these boss fights 10,000 times in the alpha and beta and are having in with the company so they get private servers for these fights? Just like, shut the fuck up, bro. I can already tell people getting mad annoying over this shit.
I'm going to address every single one of those. Yes, I didn't want to take advice from the community. And I kind of still play that way with many of the games that I play today.
That's fine.
One thing about me is that I am a very slow learner. And when it comes to me learning something, I want to know why I'm doing it, why it works, and why it works as a functional strategy.
I agree.
And the way to get there is to understand the game.
I 100% agree. I really don't like guide makers that just say, these are the best builds, use them. I want to know why I'm doing that, because otherwise it doesn't give me a solid foundation to ever become anything but dependent on their advice. And I really don't like being dependent on anybody's word or advice. That frustrates the fuck out of me. I want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. That way I can eventually stand on my own 2 feet.
All the way to me understanding why things aren't working the way that I want them to learning the character kits. It is a slow process that only the people who have watched me play Arknights understand. I am very bad at Arknights, but thankfully I have built enough of a community with that game that understand that I want to learn the game. I want to feel it out. I want to know what the characters do. Every now and then I ask for help. I actually allow the community to come and tell me what I'm doing wrong and how I can fix it. But first, I want to try things on my own. And thankfully, the people who still watch me from game to game understand that now. And I'm very thankful for that. I did not have that luxury with Punishing Gray Raven. It was an entire group of people telling me various different things to do without me understanding why they work and how they work. Or I just didn't want to use a character that I didn't have built. I eventually got frustrated because this group of people didn't leave it at that. I would constantly ask to allow me to learn the game, to allow me to figure out why it works, or I would tell them I don't want to do it that way. I think that's fair. If someone doesn't want to play a specific way or learn a specific way, that is perfectly fine.
I think that's also perfectly fair. However, I do think that if you're getting upset at people and it's actually negatively affecting your mindset because people are telling you to do this or do that, well, just ban them, right? Just press the ban button and then they go away and then all of your problems are fixed. Like, if you're streaming this shit, right, you got to consider your stream and your YouTube comments your fucking house. And if someone's coming into your fucking house and they're causing problems, well, just press the ban button and then it's over. Right? And then they go away. Like, why would you, like, what, you gonna try to entertain them? They're a stranger in your home. Just kill them. Shoot them. You live in Texas. Just shoot them. Who cares? Get them out.
Now, the problem here is how I approached the situation. I was very frustrated, and I did take that out on the chat at the time.
Why the fuck are we talking about taking shit out on the chat? I ain't gonna apologize to these people. That they fucking understand that's how it goes. Okay, because here's the thing. Why would I apologize to the chat if there are people in my chat and they're going off on me, so I go off on them? If they were just sitting there being bystanders, is what it is. Because then if my chat took care of those motherfuckers, we wouldn't have to ban them. So if they're upset catching a couple strays, that's their damn fault. Because if somebody comes into my chat and they're causing problems, my chat knows to bully them. Okay, so you got to teach your chat that, okay? Because they would understand that they're accountable as well because they didn't do anything. So fuck them. If they're not helping the issue, then they're a part of the problem. Get them out. Kill them.
That left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth because it was received as I was just too arrogant to listen to the chat.
Nah, it's not how it goes, bro. Okay? Because also, if all a streamer does is just listen to the chat, well, then you might as well just have a fucking AI robot enter a chat GPT script, and then there you go. You get exactly what you want. AI streamers are going to be fucking great.
When in all reality is, I want to learn the game. I want to understand things. I don't want to just have people telling me orders on how to play the game and never understand why these things work. Maybe eventually you guys would have told me those things, but there's a process to this that I want to experience. And when people tell me how to do things, the satisfaction of finally hitting that score that I've been trying to hit or beat a boss that I'm trying to beat is taken away because I didn't learn anything.
Ban the dumb fucks, put it in emote only mode. Problem solved.
I think that's fair. If you don't think that's fair, that's fine. I don't care. This is how I play games. This is how I've always played games. And this is what's fun for me.
Okay.
I do allow people to give me advice after a certain point.
Sure,
but we hadn't reached that point yet. Now, this was a big break for my channel. And to an extent, I was trying to cater to an audience when I should have just put my foot down and just told people what it was.
Sure, I agree.
That did not go well at all. So what that turned into was a bad spin on the community. They didn't like how I did things, and yeah, they didn't like how I played the game. But there was still a group of people that stuck around and watched my channel. So then it turned into a whole nother thing where I decided I wasn't going to play the game anymore. And when I did that, I made a very clear post. Let me find it. I made a very clear post here. Now, there's a part of here that I edited, which was here, because I realized my error after a lot of people told me what they were seeing versus what I was trying to say. Without this here, it looked like I was blaming the entire community for being toxic. When in my head, I thought people that wasn't there would understand that I am not talking about them because they hadn't done anything to me. But everyone saw it as an attack on everybody. So I edited the word minority in here so they would understand that I'm not talking about everyone. As you can see here, I said that these are the common complaints that I'd always see. He isn't playing right. You should be doing.
This seems like a classic case of Reddit twisting someone's words in order to causing issues, and then Chaotic taking that shit seriously. When you have to understand that no one in their right mind takes Reddit seriously whatsoever. Like, this really seems. Let me read how defamatory this is. So join the community. I received a ton of love and support from passionate players in this game. I love PGR so much, but everywhere I go, I see members of the community continuously being toxic towards me. Well, it's the minority. It's still somewhat annoying. When I'm playing the game, all I see is he isn't playing right. You should be doing this. Why do you even play this game? Yeah, elitist. Or even just quit the game. The funny part is, when I'm not playing it, all I see is, why don't you play PGR anymore? Do you still like PGR? Why don't you play like Regzlant? Why don't you support PGR anymore? Yeah, I can already see the issues happening with Regzlant in the community because people don't understand that he's had early access to the games that he plays and he's already pre-practiced every fucking boss, right? So his gameplay is going to look a lot different because he's already been doing this shit for hundreds of hours. And while I agree, Regzlant, he's a great player. He's a really good player. Everybody's going to look really good when they have hundreds of hours above you on practicing bosses. And I feel like the community definitely needs to understand that shit. And I can see how that would be very fucking irritating to go into your chat and say, oh, dude, you died on this boss fight. Rexlet beat it this first try. When it's like, okay, but these people are getting early access and they've already done it 1,000 times. Okay, it's kind of like this, all right? I'm going to ask you a question. Chat, what am I about to pick up? Guess what I'm about to pick up with my hand. Guess. Shoe, your mom, your cock, your phone, my dick, D's cock. Okay? No, what I actually picked up was a bottle. Okay? I picked up a bottle, guys. I'm going to pick this up again. Hey, guys, what am I about to pick up? What am I about to pick up with my hand? If you were to guess. A bottle. A bottle, a bottle, a bottle, a bottle. Hey, guys, you're right. How'd you know? It's because you already knew the determination of what was going to happen because I showed you. And that's the difference for people who have pre-existing knowledge versus people who don't have pre-existing knowledge, right? So the point of that is when you watch these players fight a boss and you see them dodge a mechanic, okay, well, there's a difference between someone who's never seen the mechanic before and somebody who has. Because somebody who has seen the mechanic is going to know, I need to press spacebar when Tectone picks up the bottle in order to iframe it, right? And that's the big thing with these games. You need to understand that people who have played more are going to look better. But for me, I'm not going to practice bosses on alphas and betas just so I can look good when the game comes live. I'm going to play the game slow. I'm going to get my ass whooped. And it is what it is. And I'm not going to spend a fucking dollar. And that's just pretty much how it goes.
Doing this. Why do you even play this game or just quit the game? Nothing good comes from any of that. I don't learn the game. I don't figure out how to play. I get frustrated. And I did exactly what you guys told me to, was just quit the game. And that pissed you guys off.
Yep.
So at the same time, I tried my best to figure out how to gain thick skin, but I wasn't going to gain thick skin in a short amount of time. I needed to learn how to take comments, how to understand people's perspective, and how to ignore people that just don't like how I do things.
So what you do is you press the ban button.
I've gotten kind of there at this point. I don't really give a fuck about if people like me anymore. And I don't care if you bark orders at me. I'm just going to ignore the people if they don't follow the rules of my channel. It's that simple.
Yep.
I don't lash out at people that much anymore. I'm trying to get it to a point where I never do it, but there are times when I'm just having...
Oh, you're going to see the angriest man on the planet playing Wuthering Waves when that game comes live. You're going to see me rage quit. You're going to see me scream. You're going to see me break my fucking monitor. Yeah, you're going to see a deep, dark side of me that comes out when I play Elden Ring. If you've ever seen a Souls playthrough of me, that's going to be like every day for the rest of my life with Wuthering Waves. You're going to see the angriest man on the planet.
A bad day or something, I eventually apologize, but that side of me is still somewhat there that I'm trying...
I will, in fact, never apologize.
...to get better at. And here's something that I commonly see as well. People saw this as me blaming Rexlet. I was not blaming Rexlet. I was regurgitating a point that I constantly saw, which was, why don't you play like Rexlet? Go watch his guides.
Sure.
It is hard for someone new to play like a veteran player who plays not only the Chinese version of a game, but is now teaching people how to play the global version of the game. I had no experience with Punishing Great Raven besides going to the Chinese version and clicking buttons. So, yeah, I saw this as toxicity, and it kept...
So is Rexlet like the internet darling of Punishing Grey Raven? Is he like the golden boy of this community that everybody sucks their dick of and just praises him like he's a god? That's good. Okay. All right. And if you are even perceived to be even remotely saying anything negative, do people freak out about it? If it's about Rexlet, is that pretty much how it goes? Playing PGR since global PC launch, didn't even know the guy. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to find out. But I can tell by the way he said that, there was a lot of resentment. Because I feel like people just don't get it, bro. If someone has tried the boss 1,000 times, why are you holding people who have tried it once to the same standard? Actually insane.
Frustrating me. So I constantly spoke up about it. And the amount of times that I spoke out about it, including this time, is going to piss people off, but it made people mad. So just to show that without making anything public, this was a while ago, I did make an effort to apologize to Rexlet. You can read this if you want. But I'm only attaching the part that Rexlet said. Not the entire thing he did. He wrote a whole list of things for me to read as to how he felt about me and things that I've done. I'm not going to show those on this video because it is not for you to see. It is a conversation between me and Rexlent. If he wants to show you guys during a stream, he 100% can, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
Out of respect for his privacy. So,
man, this shit is intense. What the fuck?
Moving on is the Wuthering Wave situation. Respect for his privacy.
I'm just saying here, and I'd still like to talk over voice one day to chop it up, but dude, I don't know if you dislike me or have any actual issues with me, but I wanted to take time to apologize if I've done anything to cause any issues between you and I. The thing with the leaks was a mistake on my end, saying the community was the cause of me quitting PGR when it was a select few was both my bad. God, who cares, man? Whether you say the community or coming from the community, who cares? I'm not trying to suck up to you, nor do I want anything wrong for you, but I started creating PGR, kind of legitimately looked up to you, and seeing the only negative things spoken of you whenever my name comes up really sucks. I'm just a guy that likes playing games. I'm not meta. I'm not trying to mislead people, and I could give fuck all for having the best views. I just want to make friends and have fun. I know earlier you told me not to care about people's opinions. I'm much better with that one, but I think I don't like having a creator. I enjoyed watching and learning from become one of the people who dislike me over a few mistakes. Hopefully you don't feel any type of way about me, and one day we can meet at the event and just enjoy the fact that we were able to meet. Anyways, have a wonderful day. So here's the thing. I think when good boy internet darlings say to not care about people's opinions, I feel like it's very hypocritical. And here's why. Until you walk a mile in my shoes, it's very easy to say, just don't care about people's opinions, right? Now, I can say that because I've been dealing with this shit for 5 years. But people who have experienced what I experience, right? They have quit YouTube. Another one is quitting YouTube right now, and that's Atsu. Atsu is quitting YouTube because he walked for 3 months in my shoes, what he put me through for 2 years. Once again, I don't know Rex's story. I don't know the guy. Okay? I'm saying this is in general. This is in general. Generally, when people say, just don't care what people say, I think those people would care if they got the same shit that he got. I think better advice would be ban them and put them in emote only, or double down and say fuck them. But generally what saying don't care what people say about you translates to, I don't care to help, so shut up and move on because I don't care. And I'm not going to help you, is essentially what that usually translates to. So I think it would be better to just say, why don't you just ban people or put it in emote only, right? To actually give some people that shit, because it's pretty forehead to just say, just don't care, especially when it affects your channel and your mindset, until you've actually gone through that yourself. And then maybe help them figure out how to not give a fuck what people say about you. Because here's the thing. You should care what people say about you. But the thing is, you shouldn't care what everybody says about you. When I end stream, I talk to 2 of my closest friends who are my roommates, Laro and Pink, about what they think of everything. I talk to my father. I talk to my close friends. And I talk to content creators who I look up to or who I work with, who are also successful in the field. Those are the people that matter to me. Those are the people whose opinions I'll take seriously. But you have to be very careful who you get advice from and understand the reality of what experience has this person gone through. Have they really been through severe controversy? And I don't think anybody has the right to say, just don't care what people say about you until they themselves have shown that they can do that same advice that they preach by going through their same extreme controversy, right? Because it is very difficult when you're a smaller content creator, especially at chaotic size, to see hate thread after hate thread after hate thread after hate thread on Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, and not really have anybody in his corner, regardless of whether he deserved it or not, is yet to be determined. I don't know the full story. I don't know what he did. But I can certainly understand, and I stand on this. People say I got kicked out of the Arknights community. No, bro, I walked out into a bank filled with money. The fuck? I said, oh, yo, this game's ass. Here, let me go collect $4 million fucking dollars across the street and leave this shithole. You think that's you kicking me out? Jesus Christ, you're pathetic. These people actually think that shit. You need to understand that dealing with for example, my experience with my trauma with the Arknights community is that in majority, they're a bunch of dumb fucking retards. And that's just pretty much how it goes. They're elitist and they think they're good because they play a tower defense anime game. And it is pathetic. It is pathetic how big of an ego somebody gets because they beat Arknights using free-to-play units. If you are using accolades in a video game to determine your own self-worth, you are a pathetic individual, and there's pretty much zero exception to that. Because when you start taking your accolades in video games and applying them to you in the real world, that is very sad. No, you're not an enlightened being because you're diamond in League of Legends. I promise you, nobody cares. You know what people care about? The content of your character. Yo, by the way, welfare, thank you for the 500 subs. And also, you really shouldn't care what everyone thinks in the world, but you should care what some people in the world think about your accolades. For example, one of my accolades, and you guys will never see this on stream, I am well aware that I am one of the best friends to have on the fucking planet. And that's something that I wear with a badge of honor because I'm a really fucking good friend, guys. And that's one of my favorite things about myself. No one will ever defend you more than me. No one will ever have your back more than me. Even at a detriment of my own character, I will AoE taunt any hate off of any of my friends because I know I can deal with it better than they can. So I'll just say, okay, oh, this guy's under fire. Let me say some crazy ass shit. Get him to come over here. And I don't say that by my words. I lead by example every single fucking time. I know I'm a great friend. I know that for a fact. That's something that makes me happy. I don't give a fuck that I've been diamond in League of Legends on season 2 and season 3. I don't care. Thanks for lending me your Lambo when I came down. Yeah, of course, shouldn't you? But like, for example, helping somebody with their YouTube channel is like, whatever. I like doing that. I do that shit for me. The thing that makes me really happy is when I see my friends getting unhealthy, they're living a sedentary lifestyle, and I can help them with diet tips and encourage them to go to the gym. So that way, when I'm 80, I know that they'll still be here on this earth, and we can talk about, hey, remember that one time I got a hate thread because I sexually assaulted an anime character? Okay, that's the shit that I like to do. The real world. But people forget about the real world, and they care more about updates on Reddit than they give a fuck about hanging out at a bar with a friend or going to the arcade with a cherished loved one. And the people on the internet, they just get so fucking delusional. And obviously that's because of COVID. But some people just need to take a step back and really, really understand what's important to them in life. Because these hate threads don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter.
So moving on is the Wuthering Waves situation. I received information from someone who claimed to be a Kuro rep at the time. Obviously, we know that information was real now. I was given the date in which Wuthering Waves was going to be promoted. I was given that there was going to be a technical test. I was given the platforms that they were trying to reach, some of the features that they were going to receive, and I was given some pictures. Now, all of this, everything I'm about to say is my fault, all right? Okay. I should have done more diligence. I should have thought about this. Some of it was common sense. Some of this was just early YouTuber mistake. And I'm going to explain my perspective on it. But once again, I am not trying to make you guys feel bad for me. I don't want you to. That is not the goal of this video. Upon receiving that information, I decided to run my own little campaign without thinking of the marketing team. If they wanted this information disclosed, the repercussions of sharing this information. I just saw this as a new story from a new YouTuber, well, a rising YouTuber, to talk about something that other YouTubers don't have information on. I saw it as good promotion for the game and a way to hype up players for the day when the game was going to come out. Now, this is a situation where I saw it as a win-win for everybody. I constantly see complaints about clickbait, about people not wanting me to steal footage and react to other people. This was an opportunity for me to talk about something that I have that no one else does, so I don't have to clickbait about it. I don't have to tell people a specific thing that's going on. It's just a video that stands on its own 2 feet as well.
If anybody says to not clickbait, just go ahead and ban them from your channel. Clickbait is how you do YouTube. Okay, now here's the thing. There's a big difference in what people consider clickbait, which is a interesting title and thumbnail, and then straight up lying to your audience. Clickbaiting is what I do. I make very good titles, I make very good thumbnails, but I deliver on those thumbnails every fucking time. Now, lying to your viewers, and I like this guy, you do what you gotta do. That's what Styx does, okay? Because Styx will just be making shit the fuck up. Title and thumbnail will have nothing to do with whatever's in the fucking video, is what it is, right? But clickbait is not an interesting title and thumbnail, okay? What real clickbait is, that what people consider it is straight up lying to your audience. And if you're not lying to your audience, then it doesn't matter. But the whole clickbait bullshit spam, they're just kids, chaotic. They're just stupid fucking kids. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Well as some posts that stand on their own 2 feet. And that was that I knew when Wuthering Waves was coming. And I was giving information about it. And I even made the dumbest mistake that you could possibly make, which was going to the official Discord and sharing images for a game that had not released yet. My excuse for that at the time was, well, the technical test is in a couple of hours, or a couple of days, I don't remember. So it shouldn't matter. And plus, it's not even releasing globally. This is a Chinese-only test. So it shouldn't matter that I'm going to show these. So the image was of, I believe, of Anki standing at the very beginning of the game, and some other character. I don't remember. I showed 2 characters standing on the screen just to show what the characters looked like.
Sure.
This was from the technical test. This is where it's my fault. This is where Kuro decided they did not want to mess with me anymore. They made an internal decision that I should not be allowed as a part of their various communities because I'm at risk of sharing confidential information. I
am going to side with Kuro. I think the blacklist was 100% deserved. No excuse whatsoever. And I think Chaotic knows that as well. Once a company, $1 million company, considers you a liability, they have every right. They have every right to blacklist you. 1,000,000%. 100%. If you leak, you should be banned. Absolutely.
get access to anything. That is what blacklisting means. It is not that I can't play the game. It is not saying that I can't make content on the game. It is simply that I will not be promoted by Kuro Games. They want to keep me far away from their communities. They see me as a hazard to the promotion of their game. Cause more harm than good. So I'm taking that on the chin now. And I've learned from that mistake. And that is why you don't see leaks from me anymore. Because the leak wasn't intentional in the first place. I'm not a leaker. While I'm very good at getting information from people and getting into betas, the intention is not to leak games.
Okay.
The intention is to show people new games so they can get excited about them, so that I can help promote the games and everyone can get excited about something fresh and new. At the time, we were all excited for Wuthering Waves, and that excitement got to my head. So that is the real reason why I'm blacklisted. There's also this part comes from someone that I haven't had proof that they are a previous Kuro rep, but they told me that it's also because of the fact that I did raise such a fuss with punishing Grey Raven. It is a combination of the two situations. With me being vocal as of recently and sharing my perspective on stuff, a lot of you guys may see that I'm trying to cause problems. But if anyone did enough research to see why I always say things, I'm usually responding to people. I'm never just starting stuff for the sole purpose of causing problems.
I get that.
For example, I saw this. I had just woken up. This was a response to this video. If anyone watched this video, you would see that the whole video was positive towards Wuthering Waves. I was literally saying that Wuthering Waves is capitalizing off of a formula that Genshin made up.
Absolutely.
And is using that formula against Genshin to promote their game.
What does he mean by Genshin versus Wuthering Waves? Like, does Jinsei have anything to do with it? Dude needs to get fully and permanently blacklisted, or else this dude will be a fire starter again. These people who say you shouldn't be comparing Wuthering Waves to Genshin Impact are just straight up fucking dumb. Especially people who are pro Wuthering Waves who say don't compare it to Genshin. Because that's a direct indicator and tied to the world's largest IP of any mobile game of all time. And anytime Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact are in the same sentence, that's going to equate to views, that's going to equate to new players, and that's going to equate to more money to the company that makes the fucking game. And if more money, better game, usually. These people just don't get how the business works. They want a virtue signal by saying, we just want Wuthering Waves to be our own game. Well, unfortunately, that's just not how it's going to be. Okay, Fortnite's compared to Apex. Apex is compared to PUBG. Fucking PUBG's compared to fucking Fortnite. And that's just how it fucking goes. League is compared to Dota. Dota's compared to Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm compared to League of Legends. That is how it goes. They are big games of similar genre, all competing for a very similar player base. And these people need to grow the fuck up and stop getting their feelings hurt about it. That's it.
This is a win-win. This is how companies show that their product is better, and they're confident that their product is better. This is not me waging war. This is not me causing problems between the two communities. I'm stating a fact. This game is fantastic.
So these communities are always going to have issues, especially the Hoyoverse one, because they're just fucking stupid. And they can't even figure out how to resolve their issues with their own parents, let alone their own fucking brain, to give you any take on the internet that's anything more than half-baked. I really just wouldn't worry about it, and I would just consider just keep doing your own thing, man.
I believe that it is going to do very well once it releases. But instead, they read the title and went with some narrative that makes no sense. So I understand how it can be perceived that way, but the only way you can tell what I'm doing is to watch the video. None of these people watch the video. In fact, there's a whole thread of people that prove that they didn't watch the video. That is why I am blacklisted, because I made some decisions in the past that caused Kuro Games to feel weary of me. I have made conscious attempts to rectify that situation. I have apologized. I have made a video apologizing and had it translated and put up on Bilibili, and I ended up being tagged by Rexlent saying that he doesn't believe me, which only made the situation worse. Once again, it is not Rexlent's fault of anything. I have apologized to Rexlent, and we have discussed it. Nothing is being directed towards Rexlent. I genuinely appreciate the honesty that Rexlent has shared with me, but that didn't help my case. Why
did Rexlent feel the need to add fuel to the fire? Why is he considered the grand purveyor of justice of right and wrong? And how have I never heard this before? Probably wanted brownie points. New Atsu? PGR Atsu? Regland sounded like Atsu? Might have been small. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't know how I feel about that. Because before I asked y'all if it was kind of like whatever he says, people just believe in mass. So was Regland essentially just kicking Chaotic while he was down or what? Regs is seen as the guy for Kuro PGR. He says something, they all jump. That's why he's basically PGR Atsu. Ooh. I never heard about that. That does not sound too good. That does not sound too good at all. I wonder why he felt the need to do so. I would love more context in that situation. It doesn't sound good, but I don't want to draw an opinion before I actually get context on what he did and why he did it.
Just trying to make things better so that I can move forward, and things just kept getting worse. And even when I was just simply trying to make videos about Wuthering Waves, things kept getting worse.
Because full disclosure, I think Rex is a good guy. I think Chaotic's a good guy. I had Rex on my podcast a couple weeks ago, and he seemed great. A little bit obsessed with the games, but yeah, he seemed a good guy.
So now we're here today, and just one video talking positively about the game. Just because I put Genshin versus Wuthering Waves, nobody saw the positive in it. They just saw the title. This is exactly why I feel the need to make this video, because I feel that I do enough to try and promote these games and just support. But at every turn, it is turned into a negative. I don't care anymore about the people who are trying to turn it into a negative.
Hey, Chaotic, I'm going to have your back a little bit here. If anybody's angry at him for having that title, you should be angry at me. Because I told him to do it. I 1,000,000% told him to have that as the title. Because the reason why you put Genshin versus Wuthering Waves is due to the fact that they are marketing the exact same way as as Genshin Impact, and I thought it was very important to talk about the business aspect and how Wuthering Waves is attempting to go tit for tat in every single thing that Genshin Impact does. The characters they release, the way that they're revamping the story, the drip marketing, everything Kuro Games is doing is almost a one-for-one for Genshin Impact. And you can get upset when somebody says that, but it doesn't make it not the truth. And telling you guys the truth doesn't make me a dick. If that makes you upset by hearing the truth, okay, well, you're just a bitch. And that's just how it goes. If you want to deny that Wuthering Waves isn't attempting to market their game in the exact same fashion of Genshin Impact, and why that's important to talk about, so that way you understand that these companies are going head to head, well, I'm sorry that your parents didn't tuck you in this morning. That made you feel very insecure. But that's just how it goes. Nobody should be upset at Chaotic this because, one, him doing that is completely normal to do. And two, I told him to do it. People need to fucking chill the fuck out.
From this point forward, I'm not talking about the blacklist situation at all anymore. Okay. Unless someone just asks me during a live stream or something, I'm going to tell them, go watch the video, or I'll give them a TLDR. Sure. But I'm not going to make posts and all this stuff anymore. Okay. This is me trying to move forward. And the only way I'm going to do so is if people leave me the fuck alone and let me just play games and enjoy them. So
they're not gonna, so just ban them.
I'm going to be playing Wuthering Waves. I'm going to be approaching this in a very positive manner. I have no intention of starting any problems. I have no intention to start fires. I'm just a guy making videos and enjoying a video game.
If you think taking an analytical viewpoint of a game is toxic, you need to grow up there. Really do. Really need to grow up. If you think giving constructive criticism about a game state is toxic, I really don't know what to tell you. Other than, yeah, shit, man. I hope your middle school classes are going okay. I just feel like there's way too many people in this community who apologize for completely normal fucking things. And even worse, there are people who pander to them. It's just exhausting, guys. Oh God, it's just so fucking exhausting. Regson is a basically faker for PGR or some shit like that. Rex is a chill dude who really only just likes the game, and people are the one that put him up like some idol. He also basically paid Kuro's electrical bills with the amount of money he spent in the game. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're gonna see who really is the cream of the crop when the game fully does release in a couple of patches. But we'll see, because now it's big fish, big pond, right? Because we're gonna see who's really good. I'll keep it a buck. Barely any motherfuckers played PGR. Wuthering Waves about to become the new shit, and we're gonna see who the real #1 player is now. We will see. I think I think Wuthering Waves has very suitable grounds to have a competition tournament to see who can clear shit the quickest, the fastest, with the weakest units. Could be cool.
Any drama that you guys see can't be drama unless you spread it. If I sit here talking negatively about a game, it doesn't turn into drama unless you post it on Reddit and share it with a whole bunch of people. I'm going to try my best to move past this and leave it alone. I hope that people can move past this as well. If not, fuck off.
They won't be moving past this.
And I will just ignore you or ban you or whatever I need to do.
Hey,
But
you're good.
I'm going to do my best to move forward.
Good. Good. Ban them. Ban them. They're gone. You're all good.
I'm no longer going to give a fuck about how you guys feel about me. What you guys want to say about me, whatever. I don't care.
Great.
We are playing a video game. We're going to enjoy the video game. I'm going to continue to show this marvelous game that Kuro Game has made and promote the game despite how they feel about me. I don't care if I'm blacklisted. I don't care about how they feel about me. I see a good product. I'm going to promote the good product. It is simple as that. There is no spite between me and Kuro where I'm going to try and make the game look bad. I'm going to speak openly and honest about how I feel about the game, and that is it. So this is my last time talking about this. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and I hope that things can get better moving forward. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay chaotic.
I don't think you can stay safe while staying chaotic. That's just my opinion. I think that was a good video. I feel like accountability was taken pretty well, and I feel like nobody's have an issue with that. To be honest, let's read this top comment here. In my humble opinion, watching this video without knowing this whole situation previously, make better titles for your videos and of something that could be create friction or just look like another YouTuber trying to gain views. Hey, this YouTuber's trying to get views, guys. Hey, somebody kill him. That's illegal. Hey, this guy, hey, this YouTuber's trying to get views. Hey, somebody kill this guy. That's the top comment on that video. Jesus Christ. These people are so fucking dumb, it's ridiculous. Hey, looks like we're going in for round 4, buddy. Round 4. Hey, we'll see how it goes. All I know is here, in reality, where we're all living here, and then the place that actually exists, nobody gives a fuck. And yeah, it is what it is. Regs, just ban these fuckers. Get them out of your fucking chat. Call it a day. That's my opinion.